My name is Annalise Basso. I play Janice Halliday in Life of Chuck, and you're watching Pop Culture with Pat.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. I am so excited to be joined by today's guest. Today I'm talking to Annalise Basso, who plays Janice in the film The Life of Chuck. Annalise, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Super excited to talk to you about the film. I guess just to start things off for you, what was your reaction when you first read the script? How did it make you feel? Were you familiar with the short story at all?
I hadn't read the short story before reading the script, but I remember reading the script and feeling a great deal of what a important, profound piece to be doing now. I mean, just with what's happening in the world, but for me, this project meant so much to me personally to be able to share my love for dance with the world and align this moment with the heart of the film, which is joy and to celebrate joy as well as suffering. I mean, this project is such a gift and was a pleasure to work on, and I love it.
And what spoke to you about the story specifically, and also this character of Janice that made you feel like this was something that, oh, I really need to be a part of this project?
Well, Janice can be anyone, and Janice taught me or showed me or is hopefully showing everyone that life is too short. Just dance, whether you're coordinated or not. There are two types of dance. There is professional dancing, and there's just having a good time. And you can't go wrong having a good time. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So just dance.
I'd say I'm definitely in the later half. I am not a dancer myself, so I'm dancing, just have fun.
Fun. Just have fun.
What was it? What spoke to you about both the story and the character of Janice?
Well, there was that. There was the whole Janice bit, and there was also just the fact that life is riddled with suffering and pain and loss and grief, but also joy. And in a moment, Janice's day starts out pretty bad. And then in a moment, she chooses joy. Joy is a choice. And she could have, rejected Chuck's hand, but instead she surrendered to that moment of freedom from, pain. Or actually, and by embracing it, she freed herself from it and allowed it to become something else.
It's crazy how w one little moment can just completely change your day. Like you said, the day started off wasn't exactly the greatest day, but just choosing to do that and embracing that just completely changed the day in that moment. And this isn't your first time working with Mike Flanagan. Obviously, you worked with him on a previous project. So what was it like being back on set with him again? And what makes a Mike Flanagan set so special?
That's Mike. Mike makes the sets special because I have worked with him. This is my third project with him, and every time I work on one of his sets, I can't help but feel like I'm working on something very special. And he has curated this environment of trust and respect with his actors because he there's a sense of community where usually on a film set you work with someone and then okay it's goodbye forever, but Mike continues to use the relationships and friendships he has with people to create this love in his even in the horror movies that he makes. There's a I don't know, there's a safety net of love or of hope. And granted, that's the legacy he wants to leave for his children. And he has been very thoughtful with just with his choice to do this movie and go so far outside of what people expect of him.
Yeah.
I think that takes a great amount of courage, and that makes all the actors love and respect him. And yeah, just to be aligned with that legacy of there's always hope and there's always an opportunity to choose joy even in the darkest moments is a great honor.
What's it been like because you worked with him earlier on in his career, what's it been like watch him grow and evolve as an artist, and how has that inspired you personally as an artist yourself?
It's not easy to, once you've established yourself in this industry as, okay, this is what I do best, to then make a shift like this, to go from horror to a feel good drama, like I don't know those words, maybe that's an oxymoron, a feel good drama, but I think the courage that it takes, the fearlessness, that's something that really inspires me about Mike. And I mean, he's changed in a way that he's maintained his soft and caring part. But I mean, I saw a side of him on this that I hadn't seen before. Like he handled it with such care because this is for his children. And it was really beautiful to see.
Yeah, I feel like this must have been one of his most personal projects, probably to date. And I got to meet him once at a con a couple years ago. Super nice guy. I just had a conversation with him for a couple minutes. But yeah, I mean, like I told you before, just every time there's a new project, I'm gonna be sat there day one, whether it's streaming or in the theaters. And the guy's ethic is
Yeah.
just insane because like now I know he's working on Carrie. He's got the Dark Tower series. I know he's kind of like working on as well. He's also doing like a new Exorcist film at some point. I'm like, damn, dude, like, how do you find the time in your schedule to work on all this stuff?
Which is great because he also, I mean, his family is so important to him. And I babysat his kids, and he just has this environment even at home where although he's working a lot, he's very present wherever he is. He's giving 100% of his attention to his kids or the crew or the actors. It's like he's mastered not only the art of directing and filmmaking, but he's mastered life. He knows how to live, which just because you're living doesn't mean you know how to live, or just because you're alive, doesn't
Yeah,
mean you.
which is an easy thing to do for sure. And so one of the people's favorite scenes in the film that have gotten to see it so far is your dance scene with Tom. I know a lot must have went into preparing for that scene. Can you just talk about the preparation, how you and Tom wanted to approach that scene and how long it kind of took to get ready for that?
I feel like I've been preparing for this my whole life because I love dance so much. And I think, again, there are professional dancers who have devoted their life to perfecting their craft, which is why I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I'm a professional dancer just because I've been dancing my whole life. I've had the gift of being able to preserve that and not have to make a living off of dance. So it's remained very like precious and sacred to me. And so being able to share this moment with Tom, who also has we share this mutual love of dance, but he doesn't have much experience as a lead. I don't have much experience as a follow. I mean, I've danced socially at salsa nights or whatever, but I mean, a lot of partner dancing, 99% of it relies on the guy. And so there was a lot of pressure for Tom, and he just fell into that role so seamlessly. And it was so easy to follow him because there was already this mutual love of joy and respect and trust for Mandy, or trust in Mandy and respect for Mandy. And also for Mike, like he just trusted us with this. And he would zoom in on the rehearsals, and he was just so happy to see that we were having such a good time as well as, executing the steps. Like Mandy kept us in line. It wasn't just like, oh, yeah, we're just dancing. It was a very intense rehearsal schedule, but it was worth it.
And I thought I read, I think it was like the most recent Fangoria or something. There was a little bit of a piece about the life of Chuck. And was it when you guys were filming, were you running into a lot of clouds that kept coming in and out and like they wanted to get the lighting just,
Yeah.
perfect?
It's like the clouds had to be so much of this had to be perfect. And so that's why we couldn't mess up the routine and why we drilled it so hard is because, the clouds would be there one time. If everything else was right, we didn't want to be the ones to, mess up.
Yeah, yeah. And what about, so working with Tom? I mean, the guy's been doing this for, quite some time now. What did you learn from that experience of just getting to share this moment with him and collaborate on this project with him?
Sharing this moment with Tom, who again, you see him dancing on talk shows, but he hasn't really gotten to share his love of dance in this way. To be able to be a part of that moment for him, to have him be a part of this moment for me, it was. I mean, we also got to geek out about, Shakespeare and Euripides and Sophocles and stuff like behind the scenes. It was very much a dance with me, little sister. Okay, brother. Like there was a I don't know, such care. Like he handled me with such care, which I was really grateful for. And it was something that I needed because you have to trust your lead as the follow. And we were able to geek out about, Shakespeare and classical theater behind the scenes, and then geek out about Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. And he would call me his Ginger, and I would call him my Fred, because there was just this companionship um, that was built on, again, this mutual love of dance and recognition of how important this dance is for the film, but also just for what this movie means to the world. And watching this sequence resonate with so many people, I know it's bringing him joy and it's bringing me joy because it means so much to us.
Yeah, I was actually to follow up on that. I know we've talked a little bit about it, but what does I mean the whole movie overall, obviously, but what does this scene specifically where what does it mean to you where it does combine two of your passions, dancing and acting together? Because it's not every day that you get to have those two things together.
It means everything. I mean, I don't know. I hope I get more dance in movies, but I've learned to treat every project as if it's the last thing I'm going to do, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if Life of Chuck was the last dancing movie, first and last dancing movie I ever do, I'd be like, wow, what a,
Hard to
it would
top
be an
that.
insult to ask for more. It would be, but I'm always going to ask for more. I'm fulfilled in my life, but never satisfied. And like dance is one thing that I will always need more of, want more of.
What kind of impact has this the story of the life of Chuck has that had on your life personally?
I mean, every day I sort of ask myself, what would it, if this is my last day, what would I do differently? And I already live my life as if it's the last day, and not in an impulsive way or in a way that's out of fear. I just have a very peaceful life and relationship with these things that matter most to me. Because if the world ends tomorrow, I don't know what the invisible things matter most, like love and truth and peace and justice and virtue. And I devote a certain amount of my day to nurturing those things. And that gives me a lot of peace. It's like, I don't really know what's going to happen, but if something happens, I gotta be able to roll with that. Although I did lose my driver's license at the airport the other day, and I didn't handle that with a lot of peace or grace or poise, but
That's
you know,
understandable though.
because it was right there. I went through security and I lost it. And I was like, I promise you it's right over there. And they're like, oh, you have to go through security again to get it. And I'm like, well, how am I going to go through security again if I don't have my ID?
Yeah, I don't
Anyway,
have my license. Well, did you end up finding it?
nope,
Oh, you
nope,
didn't end up finding it. Oh, I'm
nope.
sorry.
Because they didn't let me go through. So I just had to stand there, wait for my flight. And I felt very helpless. That's one thing that I don't feel very comfortable with. It's just like knowing that there's a solution and then not being able to.
Yeah, but I can understand that. Especially it's like you put something down once, like you literally just had a second ago and then it's gone. It's like where did it go? It just walked up and left somewhere. We talked about a little bit earlier too, just Mike, as far as how with this film you wanted to, talking about legacy, the type of legacy that he wants to leave behind. Is that something, I don't know if maybe working on this film specifically, is that something that you've thought about, what type of legacy that you want to leave behind when everything's all said and done?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My father taught me, or I guess I inherited this relentless pursuit of truth from him. And I mean, my mom taught me the value of love. My father taught me the value of truth, and those things together have given me a foundation to pursue those things in my life personally and creatively, professionally. And so my legacy that I want to leave behind is one of, I guess, the pursuit of virtue, because nothing in life is more important than that.
And what, as far as, I mean, I know that you guys have had like the festivals and stuff like that, but as far as the film finally hitting the big screen and everyone getting to experience it, what do you want fans to take away from watching The Life of Chuck?
I've been telling everyone, just dance. Life is too short. Just dance.
Like I told you before, I am definitely I'm not I'm a terrible dancer, but it's like if you're out there with your friends, who cares? Just go out there and have fun.
Cares? There's a reason why there are professional dancers. It's a very small, elite group of people that, have devoted their lives to this. No one's expecting you to be a professional dancer.
That's
Just,
fair.
and who cares what other people expect of you or demand, like, oh, we need Pat Ellington to be an incredible dancer as well as a reporter and whatever. Just dance. No, yeah, nobody cares.
Well, I appreciate that, Annalise. Thank you, thank you very much. And is there anything else that you'd like to say just about the film, the experience overall, just to wrap things up and say to the fans?
Oh, no. I don't know if there's something I should say, but I feel like I've said everything I needed to about this. I mean, Mike always talks about the history of the word enjoy and what that means when he's telling people to enjoy the film. And the etymology of the word, what it truly means is to bring joy, not to get joy. So yeah, enjoy the film, enjoy life with that in mind. I mean, I don't like telling people, well, that's a lie. I do like telling people what to do. I know I shouldn't, but it's like, bring joy to things. Bring joy to your life and to the people you love, to the people you love in your life because I don't know, I think we ask a lot of the world and a lot of people like what can I get from you, what can I get from this, and we expect and there's this attitude of entitlement especially today of like, oh, I deserve this. And I think, I mean, try asking yourself what can I bring to this as opposed to what can I get from it.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this film when they get to go the chance to see it in theaters this weekend. Annalise, I just want to say thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on the movie, and you are welcome back anytime in the future.
Thank you so much. My name is Annalise Basso. I play Janice Halliday in Life of Chuck, and you're watching Pop Culture with Pat.